My dad did not drive the four-door sedan Chrysler we had at that time. So I had to do all the driving, and it was really difficult. There were no good highways then in 31 joining our state, so we had to go through city after city to get there. It took a long time. We must have spent about a month traveling. When I say it was hard, I mean just that. The car was hard to drive. My hands were so swollen from holding the steering wheel that my dad worried, thinking I couldn't continue. But I managed to get home. We stayed nights in homes which had signs like visitors welcome or travelers accommodated outside or in their windows, these signs were. My sister Stella stayed home with Sue and my baby niece Lee and the boys. Stella was then about 16 years old, perhaps close to 17. As I have said, it was a treat for my dad. He saw his brother and his two sisters then. Mary and Helen. Helen had a daughter, Sophie, much older than I. By her first marriage, and several children by her second husband, who also died. There was Valerie, who became Valerie Marek, Mary, who became Mary Golisek, and several boys, Walter, Joseph, and Bill. Again, I say, it wasn't until many years later that I saw the family again, all married, including me, and I had 2 sons. My husband Anthony and I made a number of trips to Lindora and the Pittsburgh area. But this time there were highways and the cars were comfortable and much easier to handle. Of course, he did the driving, and time-wise it was easier also. We could make the trips in one day from New Jersey. There were reciprocal visitations. Some of the cousins, invitations too, I must say. Some of the cousins visited us in Jersey City and later in Lyndhurst. It was a pleasant time. We were all older, married, and certainly enjoyed each other's company, friendship, and relationship. I learned years later. Remember my saying that we called my father's housekeeper a witch? Well, now to prove my point. My aunts, Mary, and some of the other relatives did get to Connecticut to see my dad. Yet, the witch would not allow them to visit us in New Jersey. She wouldn't give them any information as to where we lived, nor any other vital information. Now, years later, when they realized that this information was kept from them, they were horrified. I remember a funny incident in 1931 when I made the trip with my dad and my cousin Ann to Pittsburgh. Remember my saying that we went through all sorts of towns. Sometimes I was really lost. I didn't know where we were. Well, it was a dirt road, simple run-down houses, a hot part of the day. You see, we went during the summer when I was out of school on school vacation. People were sitting by their houses watching us go by, wondering what a Connecticut car was doing there. When out of nowhere, a little lamb jumped out in front of my car and I hit it, hurting him. I guess. I know I hurt him. That was not the funny part of it. It was the reaction of the owner. Instead of yelling at me, he and the other people laughed, saying, well, it serves him right. It wasn't your fault. I was frightened and upset as I continued on our way, missing chickens and ducks and so forth, even kids included. I wanted to get away from that place as fast as I could. That was a trip I shall always remember. Boy, oh boy, I hurried through that area as fast as I could go.